Hey guys, so this would be National Coming Out Day Part 4, and the reason for that being that I actually started to make Part 3 and realized it was way too long. So this is where I'm going to talk a little bit about gender stereotypes, because there are a lot of stereotypes in and out of the LGBT community, or the queer community as I like to call it. And in the past it was assumed that all trans men, aka FMs, aka female to male transgendered people, are heterosexual or like women. And thankfully a lot of people who are FMs or trans men or however you want to identify and into guys have come out, which is a good thing because it allowed the psychologists and educators and people like that to realize, and even people within our own community, to realize that there are not just heterosexual trans men, there are trans men of all sexual orientations. So what else was I going to say? In the gay community too, there's a lot of assumptions about that. I hear a lot of times from gay men that they think trans men, especially gay men who don't realize I'm trans, they will say things like this around me, like that all trans men are hypermasculine dykes and things like that. And it can be difficult for me to hear that, because I know that people, I thought I had to be lesbian identified because I kept being told by everyone that I was female, and even though internally I didn't feel female, I worked very hard at it for many years. I didn't try transitioning until I reached my 30s, and that's a whole nother Oprah. But even within the trans community there are assumptions that you have to be very masculine in order to be a trans man, especially by M to Fs. There seems to be a lot of misunderstanding out there within the male to female community about trans men, so it's been very hurtful to some of my friends who are very effeminate, even more effeminate than me, believe it or not, and sort of a sticking point for me, because I feel bad for guys who struggle with that, with feeling like they're not trans enough. And I know for a while I felt that way, that other guys were not seeing me as trans, that M to Fs weren't seeing me as trans, and on the one hand it bothered me, on the other hand I knew that it didn't matter because I just am, and I'm transitioning, and I don't actually identify as trans as much as male, but I accept it as part of my life. It's my history, it's who I am, it's where I'm going, kind of thing. So yes, I have female partners. I don't discriminate, as I said in my last entry, but I'm really into men, and I'm kind of a bear. I'm on Bear 411 as Shawn Michael, and I love men. I just have a hard time meeting them because they often assume that I'm into women if they know I'm trans or if they see me with my partners. I'm sure other guys have that problem as well. So there you go, part 4.